Welcome to Adults Only Comedy Berlin. Today we're with Ayla Merino.
Hi, hola. Hola.
Oh, you cutie. I love how you integrate your Spanish in conversation, just in English conversation and German conversation.
Yeah, it comes as it's part of the package.
I love it. You've been in the Berlin comedy scene now for how long?
So I moved here 5 years ago, and since I moved here, I've been doing comedy because I started in Mexico, but then I continued once I moved.
Crazy shit. Crazy. To continue. But you do both English and Spanish and no German, right?
No German.
Yeah,
no
I don't
German,
think you're missing much, honestly.
Yeah, because my German is, I wouldn't say that it's not there, but it's almost not there.
It's almost not there. Okay, that's almost. That's the positive way of spinning it.
Yeah,
almost not there.
It's almost not there. I mean, I did my B2. When was it? Like a couple of weeks back, and I didn't pass.
Oh, I was going to congratulate you.
Yes, thank you very much.
Way too early. I was
thank you.
No, so you didn't pass. Up top, you didn't pass.
Yeah, I didn't pass it.
Oh no, I'm so sorry.
Yeah, schade.
Schade
Humans, schade.
Did you study for it?
I very much studied. I spent the entire winter. I didn't go to my Mexiquito lindo because I was like in classes, and it was very traumatic. But it was
I'm
also
so sorry.
Yeah. But what was interesting is that like you have like this four sections like in the test, and I passed with flying colors on this Sprache. But on the rest, I didn't. So it's interesting that I can speak, but I cannot read, I think. Or
yes.
I'm just hearing.
This is the classic thing if you've lived in a country and learnt the language whilst you're there, is that your speaking will be really high level. Usually your listening's pretty decent as well, but it's the
writing,
written comprehension and production that's really tough.
Yeah.
My partner just got his A1 and he killed it. But A1 is A1 is A1, right?
A1 is A1, but still
B2.
Still like learning a language in adulthood. I think it's a little bit more challenging. Wow.
Yeah, I think so, because you've already got all your ideas around how things kind of work. I don't know, German's particularly difficult, but also you need to be using it for it to really sink in. You need to fully immerse yourself.
Yeah, total.
It's just not like language acquisition is not this like light thing. It's like you need to
actively be in it. Yeah. No, I totally agree. And
this is not me saying you deserve to not pass. Or that you
no, thank you very much. I understand.
No.
It's just for me. It's just like, okay, I think I'm gonna be spending the rest of eternity learning this language, which.
You don't think, okay, so do you want to stay in Berlin? That's the other question, because you perform in Spanish. Do you want to stay in Europe or do you want to go back to Mexico?
That's interesting. No, for now, I see myself staying on this side. Like Berlin as my base, and then just potentially like moving around and doing shows.
Nice.
Spanish and English, but mostly in Spanish. I think I feel, my heart is in there, no? And also my brain as well.
They're more than German.
Yes, total.
Look, I really tried to integrate with the German language. I worked in German, like at a, had to speak. I was supposed to be speaking English, but no one understood English really, so I had to communicate in German, and so I ended up living with Germans, being part of like a cooperative, a food co-op that was all in German.
Wow.
I was solidly in there, and then I did start doing German comedy, and yeah, like it's this thing where like Dragos, he gave me the advice. He's like, if you're doing other languages, it can be really hard to then like find your priorities. And also the question is, who do you want to be performing for, and where do you want to be playing? And the answer to that is I want to be playing outside of Germany as much as possible. Not because I don't like it, but because there's other countries that I love, and there's my home country, as well as, you know, the big places that speak. You can speak English everywhere, and German is. I don't want to be a touring German language comic. That's, but there's nothing against it. It's just also English is when you've got your mother tongue. It's like there's a
no. It's delicious. It's just another. It is another. For me, like when I started like doing it in English, it just gave me also like I felt so much like way more powerful in Spanish then. It was just like, fuck, if I'm doing it in English, then
yeah, right. When I do it in German, I come back to English and I'm like, Jesus. Like, I hadn't done German for a couple of years, and then I was in Hamburg for a couple of showcases in English, and I had one free night, so I asked the locals, I was like, are there any other mics I can do? And they're like, only in German. I was like, okay, let's do it. And so I did these two big shows that are still just unpaid mics, and it was crazy after a number of years not doing German, going up in front of an audience, about to do German comedy, and being like, I'm so comfortable up here. Like, I'm really not scared by this prospect, but I know that my German's going to suck. But I don't like the act of doing the comedy. There was no like, it was just, well, let's punch my way through this, or well, I don't know, more like slowly like rub my hand through the jokes. There was no punch. My opener and closer, which I thought was strong, did not punch. But I even managed to do crowd work, but it was like after that, and then getting back on stage in English, and I was just like, Jesus, like I'm very comfortable doing what I do now. I can see that, because not being scared by that. I don't know. That was weird.
I get it. I get it, and kudos to you. Like, I'm very much impressed.
One audience was impressed. The other audience was... The crowd work I did with the second audience was very fun, but yeah, like the jokes were clunky, and there's a different rhythm. That's the other thing. Like,
claro,
I do think between like Latin languages, like English to Latin languages, the rhythm is it's pretty similar, but I do think with German, the rhythm, because the sentence structure is so different, it changes so much.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
I haven't been to a German stand-up, and I think I have to. Well, I want to. Like, I just want to understand a little, because I've seen stuff online. It has been hard to find someone that I kind of like in the German scene. But there's a couple.
The famous German scene. I've got a lot of friends that are great German comics, but maybe their stuff is harder to find online.
Yeah, then you need to share.
Vincent Pfefflin is a good entry-level comic.
You need to share.
When I say entry-level, I mean because he's a stoner comic. His German is very accessible, so he's a great person to watch when your German level isn't like super.
Okay, great. I'll take those recommendations.
Check him out. Now I've got the
list. There's a list
lube sheet, so that we've got some topics that are topical, so we can cut this up into some juicy reels. So speaking of stand-ups, you wrote your current stand-up special, Sheng Wang Purple. I haven't watched it.
Do you know who he is?
I assume he sounds like he's from East Asia.
Ajá, pero bueno, o sea, yes.
That's all I've got.
Yes.
I probably know him by face.
Yes.
I'll bring him up just so I can see him.
Yeah, bring him up.
Yeah.
This is, I think, if I'm not mistaken, this is his second special.
Yeah.
And both of them have been produced by Ali Wong.
Okay.
And I guess they're besties. I don't know.
Okay.
But he's so funny. But I love the topics that he's picking up, and also his delivery. He's just I identify with his humor, and he's talking about, like, he's very how do you say, like, just about cotidiano.
¿Qué?
Cotidiano, like
daily things.
Like daily. Oh, thank you very much.
You're welcome. I don't speak Spanish, but I do understand it quite
You're
deeply.
like, wait, what? That has nothing to do with the English word of daily.
No, it's Italian.
It's Italiano.
Quotidiano, sí.
Ah, bueno. So there's that, and so there's nothing, like, it's just like the observations about daily stuff. About, he has this such a funny bit about, and I think everyone living in Germany can relate because of living your shoe, like the house, having house shoes, and then outside or street shoes, and then how you come into the room, and then you feel like you need to, like, I don't know, like jump around, like as if you're jumping when you have your street shoes
on inside,
and then you're like jumping around as if you, I don't know,
like you're a robber or something.
You're
like a cat burglar. Like, I shouldn't be in here like this. Yeah, totally.
So funny.
That's funny. I'm generally like the thing is, Australian comics are very founded in the kind of everyday things, and so I tend to switch off a little bit because I'm like, that's so the bread and butter of Aussie comics. It feels very much like, you know, the sort of like quite safe, cute, everyday, very relatable stuff. You know, I call it supermarket comedy. And that's, like, I'm not trying to be a cunt, but I really appreciate it. But it's just all that I grew up with. So I'm always interested in hearing like craziest shit or more abstract or like, you know. But I do love the topic of the indoor, like the house shoes, because in Mexico, do you do that?
No.
Yeah,
but in my house,
no,
in my house, like my mom does it because she has. I mean, I don't know if she has OCD, but I think so.
Do you have OCD?
No, not necessarily.
I think it's passed down because my parents both, like, as in both my biological parents, have OCD, 100%.
You have it?
And I 100% have a level. You can't see it in my apartment right now, but there's a general level of like.
I think there's I mean, yeah, a little bit, but I think that's also Mexican moms. Like they're really insane with order and cleanness and.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm sure there's exceptions to that. I don't know. Like,
well, of course there are exceptions.
Like massive. I don't know, because so many people are like, oh, women are just cleaner, and it's like women are filthy. Like they're like, if like you can live with some women and they're just like the nastiest fucking specimens of humanity, where it's like, no, you can't drink from that cup. Like you haven't washed that for 3 weeks. Like you can't just tip something out and put something back in it and keep, like, you're gonna get sick, you know.
No, but that's not a reference from any of the moms that I know, like Mexican moms. Oof, no.
They're all really like,
they're so crazy about being like just cleaning all day, and not because they have the time or they're necessarily themselves are cleaning, but there's like is it
connected maybe deep down to sort of a bit of the like very traditional gender roles?
Could it? Yeah, for sure.
And that a woman takes pride in keeping her home nice and
clean and
I'd say
maybe see.
Maybe it's connected.
But it's true.
Yeah,
it's very true.
Okay, so your mom is like and so she somehow adopted the
no street shoes.
Well, my mom is super OCD, and she will wear her boots around the house. She will wear everything around the house, and it's unless her shoes are noticeably dirty after like a walk through a muddy park. But she will, like, I get to her place and I'm like, I immediately take off my shoes because I'm like. Like, why would I walk through your beautiful home? And there she is, clunk, clunk, clunk. I'm like, what's going on? It's like, I don't get that.
But I do have to admit that whenever I go to places that I can use my like street shoes inside, I feel like, whoa. Such a rebel.
Yeah. And it's so annoying because it's the friends' houses who you don't want to walk around in socks in. That are the no-shoe houses.
The no-shoe houses, yeah.
You're like, dude, really? Like, I can see food on the floor. You know, it's like, I really want to keep my shoes on. Yeah. Okay, so Shen Wang, I should check him out then.
I really love him, but yeah, maybe you, because of what you described, you maybe don't find him.
I'm sure he's hilarious.
But he's very hilarious. And I loved him.
You loved him. I haven't checked out any stand-ups recently. I was trying to think of the last comedy special I watched, and it was I think we tried to watch quite a few, and my partner has quite a low tolerance for comedy. like you know, he'll connect with it or he'll like aggressively hate it very quickly. And I think the last special,
patience.
Zero, like, let's see how it goes. No. And yeah, and as a comic, I'm like, give us a second to acclimatize to this person's energy. Like, maybe we will like it. Maybe. Quizás. And so the last one we watched that we thoroughly enjoyed was Jordan Jensen's first Netflix special. I don't know if you. She's the comic that gives me
from the US.
She gives me hope that like my kind of same with like Sarah Silverman was like a role model growing up of just like gross crazy shit and so Jordan Jensen is sort of more where Sarah Silverman's more of like a. You know,
dark comedy, no?
Dark, but like kind of comes from like a solid family. I mean, she didn't she wasn't like poor Sarah
No,
Silverman.
no,
She always
no.
had what she needed, and and a comfortable lifestyle, but just like a bit unhinged. Whereas Jordan Jensen grew up kind of a bit more like trailer parky, like like the dynamics with her parents, kind of quite challenging. But and so she talks about really dark topics that are really real for her and her own stories, and like going down crazy paths of like. With like crazy people and I'm not sure if she talks too much about drugs, but there's like a kind of a similar grossness between Silverman and Jensen.
Yeah,
and
like
I
life
love
complications, but it just like not playing it easy on the easy parts or the more conventional.
that. Yeah.
Yeah, interesting.
And not being scared to talk about
And not
kind
be
of
scared.
disgusting stuff.
And I see. Yeah, I see.
I love that.
I see the match.
Yeah, she's an interesting character, and she's blowing up so much in the last 5 years.
Can you?
Jordan Jensen.
Yeah.
I will actually move this a bit closer because it's unnecessarily. Just moving my box desk closer to me because I still haven't got furniture for my new apartment.
Jordan
Jensen, yeah.
Yeah, she's insane.
Yeah, she's great.
I haven't seen. She was in Berlin. You went to her show.
I didn't.
I love her. I didn't. I don't know. The name didn't ring a bell, but now I see her, and I've seen her. I mean, I follow her, but I've seen the reels. I haven't seen like the entire special.
Yeah, take me with you. It's a great special.
It's on Netflix.
It's on Netflix, and it's really like I was impressed because I got to know about her through Ian Fidance, who came to Berlin in like 2019, and I was one of the openers for him. And then he started this podcast with Jordan, who seemed like no one really knew her at that point, and then she's just blown up, and
fantastic.
Yeah, it's awesome. But
she has such an insane crowd work as well.
Yes, her crowd work clips are amazing,
really good.
And but also like from what I knew of her, I was really impressed by the hour. Like it's a very good hour.
Okay,
so.
I watch it.
Yeah,
yes, I'm excited.
I'll watch Sheng Wang. I will.
Okay.
I will. Okay, so then what was the next thing? Film. Also haven't seen it. Hamnet.
Gosh.
Should I see it? Because everyone's like, it's so hard to watch. It's too much.
It's very beautiful.
It's beautiful.
But I have to tell you that I went on like a third date. It was a date or a non-date date.
Okay.
I don't know.
I'm not sure if that's a great, like, from how emotionally charged
yes,
it is.
No. Also it was interesting because I had no...
Was it your idea?
9. Okay. I wouldn't do that to myself. Because then I found out, like, it was interesting because I was clueless about what it was about. But I heard that it was very emotional. So I was just like, perfect. And I really love going, like, clueless to certain things to get surprised.
I love knowing as little as possible about a film.
Yes.
Mainly films, I would say. I'm not sure if like art, I would prefer to know a bit. Like I'll read about art, so it gives you more. But a film, I think the less you know, the better. Yeah. And so I'm not sure about on a date though with Hamnet to know.
But he knew. He knew the whole topic. So he knew. And
does that make him the one, or
no,
like never see again?
No. It faded out. Sadly, I had a crush on him, like a really hard crush, and because after, of course, like you at the. I don't know, like at the middle of the film, you start like, myself, like I was like, like even sobbing, like
the ugly crying. Oh,
Jesus, and I could hear that he was like, like a bit emotional, like I couldn't turn, but also he was scared.
Oh, so
cute.
Awesome. You were scared to look at him in the cinema.
Yeah,
I haven't had that feeling in so long of like being in that dark space, having and being like. Is he crying?
Is he crying as well? But then when the movie ended, which is also, it ends in a very emotional way, and the lights went on, and like in the
assholes
and the
I hate
cinema.
How they do that.
It was like
everyone just looks like shit.
Mascara. And I turned, and he was like. We were both of us. We were just, but I think it's a very, it's beautiful.
It is a beautiful film?
It's just beautiful, beautiful, beautiful.
Okay,
Yeah.
I will watch it because I love a big cry. I really
Yes,
I really
it touches things.
It goes somewhere deep. It kind of open, like also the way it exposes your own in like how you kind of connect to it. It's like you can see something sad, but it always connects into some other pain in your own history.
Yeah,
I
no,
think.
definitely.
And that's beautiful. Ooh,
I recommend it.
Ooh, I wrote in the list of movies that I've seen. Didn't see it that recently. I'd say it was in November that I saw it. But when you wrote Hamnet, it reminded me of The Nightingale. Have you heard of The Nightingale?
Yine.
Okay. So I'm not sure if it's an Aussie production. I assume it's an Aussie production, but it could be English. Set in Australia and set in the times where they're basically trying to take over. The English are trying to take over, all of the land and kill all of the Indigenous Australians. And there's a lot of like Irish settlers as well as English. And yeah, it's the story of this prisoner girl who is trying to get free and get pardoned and be able to have a free life in Australia, and just the barbarity of the soldiers and being a young woman in that time, in that kind of situation, and also it's a it's a beautiful depiction also of the dynamic with the Indigenous Australians as well. Like, it's not making it look good at all. It's like the English just end up looking like the worst people in the world. The colonizers they were, and it's very feminist. It's very feminist. I really enjoyed it. It was like, but brutal. But do you like violence? I love violence.
What a question. I think I need, I don't know, it depends. Sometimes I'm just like, no, I cannot tolerate this because I already, there's so much already.
Totally. But what if it's like joyous violence? By that I mean did you see
Glorious Bastards?
Exactly, Inglorious, like that.
Yeah,
I cried joy.
Yeah, because it's satirical, right?
To a point, but it's also full of vengeance. It's like to see someone die who has absolutely destroyed so many lives, or at least destroyed one other life that you've seen. It's like watching them get destroyed can be enjoyable.
I understand.
Am I a psychopath?
Yes, a little bit. People, I'm worried about this lady. Yes, a little bit. No, it's I get it.
You do get it?
Maybe no. What's the term in German? Schadenfreude.
Yeah,
that's it, no?
I think that's more like enjoying someone else's misfortune,
which is a little bit what's happening when you're.
I think what I'm talking about is more like justice, seeing like violent justice be carried out because that person, because you've seen the violence that person has, and like just how and maybe that person who is now getting destroyed, who caused the violence, is is a symbol of greater violence against, let's say.
See, I get it.
The sisterhood, or against, marginalized, groups. So it is brutal though. Yeah. So The Nightingale, just a word of warning. It's not like I sobbed for sure, but more, it was like more violent than beautiful.
Okay.
Yeah, just so you know. If you're wanting something a little bit.
So you know.
Just so you know.
Prepping me. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
But it's very feminist. Did you watch The Bride? The new Frankenstein Bride film? No? Okay. Also very feminist. Very feminist. Okay. Crazy feminist. Because we were talking about we talked about something the other day about did it go into there or did it not go into there? The women's rage and just being angry. But maybe that sounds like more of a topic I was talking about with Sophia May. But do you feel like it? Do you feel angry? Do you feel full of rage as a woman sometimes, or often?
I think I tend to connect more with, I think, I don't know, not with rage, but with this sense of, the injustice piece, but more in like the mellow part. Like, it's just like, fuck, this is so unjust, and it just saddening, like this is just so I wouldn't go to the, I don't think I feel hopeless necessarily, but pues sí, pero not rage, not like this, I want to break stuff right now. Not necessarily.
That's nice. I can't relate at all.
Yeah.
I'm the kind of person that definitely has a lot of anger, and I don't think it comes out in unhealthy ways, as it probably did in my early 20s. But like, yeah, the state of the world and position of women and the continued and just also injustice to anybody, like
yes,
minorities, groups that are have just been for generations discriminated against. Like, it fills me with a lot of fucking anger and people treating other people badly.
See.
Yeah. Have you been? Okay, this is diverting, but have you been treated badly? Like I realized recently that I had been treated badly by someone, and just like disrespected publicly.
Oh yeah.
And not like online, like actually in like a physical setting.
Wow.
And I didn't at the time. I was like, whew. And I kind of said something to correct it, but then afterwards processed, and then I mentioned it to some other comedians, and they were like, whoa, like that's super disrespectful. Basically, someone in a public event introduced me as a producer.
Oh. I mean, you do produce.
I do. There's no doubt.
But that's not the main thing that you do. No. Definito.
Yes, and this was a fellow, comedian who introduced me as and someone who and at the time I was like, and comedian, and I said that out loud. I was like, what the fuck? Yeah. And then I sort of sat with it, and then brought it up again with some comics, and I was like, whoa, that's like even to the producers who do not gig, like do not mic or do not headline other people's shows, you would still not introduce them out of respect. You would not introduce them as a producer.
Yeah. No. Even if this person didn't want to introduce you as a comedian, it's just like this, like even saying like colleague. Yeah. I don't know, but comedian sounds like just like the natural thing, because that's actually what you do from day to day.
Yeah. Well,
I'm sorry.
Interesting. But it's like, not that this is some great injustice that I'm raging about, but I don't, like on a personal level, I don't get angry at the little things that get done to me.
Yeah.
But I'm like, whatever. It's like, it's more about them than it is about me, but it's like good to know that about them. But yeah. Have you had anything like that recently?
I think I told you that I'm also working on this joke where I say that I have like this late comebacks or late reactions, and that of course it happens to me when I feel rudeness in general, because it's just like I feel in shock when something like that happens, and I can think of a situation that happened. I think it was last year, and I was on the train station. No, the tram. I was taking a tram, and for whatever reason, I sat down, and then this mother with the kid, she sat with me, but then she turned. She looked at me like disgusted.
What?
It was very weird, as if I was just like, and I'm very cautious, Anna, of people smelling bad, like yes. I was just like, do I smell bad? Like, what's happening, right? Like, is there something like categorically like wrong for her to have this reaction?
And of course not, but yeah.
Pero no.
But you got self-conscious.
Yeah, I was just like so self-conscious about why would she react as if, and then I could, and she quickly stands and moves away from me, and then tells the kid like, come. And just like, and then they were both of me like looking at, like, it was just so weird. And in my, I was just like, there's no other explanation of them but being like racist, or like there was something. They were clearly, at least appearance wise, they were very white and blonde, like very stereotypical. And this is something that has never happened to me in public, and here in Berlin and living here in Germany, me feeling like it's just,
there wasn't like a homeless guy standing behind you that you didn't realize.
No, amiga, I swear, no, it was targeted.
I'm sorry, I like not doubting your experience, but it's like that. It sounds like it's so crazy that could. I wrote a joke about it years ago, and it was something that happened that there was a like, you know, in the train where there's 4 seats and it's like they're facing each other, and there was this old white man by himself in this 4-seater, and I go in and I sit down sort of diagonally opposite him, and he looks at me and he gets up and he stands in the doorway. And this man was like, he should have been sitting down, like he was an older dude. But he chose to stand up in the doorway, and then he didn't get out at the next stop, and then he didn't get out the next, and didn't get out the next, and I made him uncomfortable. Somehow.
And then he looked back at you at some point, like he was just like staring, or not, well, like he had avoided like
he basically
eye contact.
Avoided me. Yeah.
That is so weird.
Yeah, and I was like, I know in my heart that I'm a crazy bitch, but I also knew that I don't think I was looking. I don't think I was looking like, you know, when you know there's a reason why someone might look at you like maybe you're a crazy person, but you know, I don't remember in that moment being particularly weird looking, you know, particularly like straight out of a party or like you know, I don't
under
think,
substances.
Yeah, under substances. I don't, you know, not more than the usual, you know. So I was like, that really.
Did you react it somehow, or were you just like in shock? Or
I was
like,
shocked.
Like,
I was offended. I was offended.
I felt the same, but I have to admit that I did react. I remember now. I was just like.
And she's like, careful, the foreigners looking at us.
And yelling in Spanish, hija puta.
She's gonna put a curse on you. Don't look at her, honey. Don't look in her eyes.
It's just, that's so weird, right?
Yeah, that's so weird for her.
Weird.
Like,
it's just weird to have those interactions. It's just weird.
For me, mine was more of a victory because I made an old white man uncomfortable. It's like that's a win, right?
That's
like
a win.
I asserted power, and whereas yours is like, that's insane.
I normally know, and normally I'm so good with women, with moms, with, you know, like it's just like the connection is just immediate. And
when a stranger can shake your sense of confidence around what you are, what you represent to others, how you engage with the world, it's like,
I mean, and then of course I remember like triggering these questions of me, like, because I've never felt it, right? And
felt
then
what? I
like
felt
that specifically, like feeling unsafe, or feeling like just targeted somehow, or like xenophobia, or like I haven't. And then it made me think, okay, then I don't know, like just building on the empathy muscle, of the many stories that you hear around you of people that are targeted every day. On a daily basis, basically, because of the way that you appear, or because of whatever reason, no? Yeah. And then, it very much sucks.
Yes, it very, very much sucks. Thuy Tran, who's a Vietnamese German comedian, and he was attacked. And
here?
In Berlin, yeah. And I'm pretty sure it was in Berlin, which shocked me. I was like, somewhere else in Germany. No, it was in Berlin, and all this stuff he posted all about it, and just like, and it's just, and I am in a very, like, I have a very privileged position where it's like, I managed to scare a white man, old white man, but like, I don't have any issue. Like, people look at me and they're like, I can ask her for directions. You know what I mean? Like, that's just how people look at me. That's what I get. Like, that's my big problem in public spaces is so many people want me to tell them where to go. You know? Like, oh, Jesus. Okay. But that's how accepted I am.
Yeah.
So
for sure, my friend.
Yeah. But I was also meditating on the whole, like, fucking that thing of like getting into a train and seeing like 5 seats free, and you're like, finally, and you go to sit down, and it takes you a while to like realize the crazy person that's sitting opposite you and why everyone's left.
Yeah. And
then we've both been that crazy person.
Yes.
Yeah. Watch out, we're coming on board. Yes. Make space for our crazy. So next thing we had on the list, I will go to, let's talk about Marina Abramovic.
Aha.
She's, I follow her, and I watched her, I watched a documentary about her way back in I I think it was like 2015 and or maybe it was when I revisited Melbourne in like 2019. I can't remember when, but it was about her life and it blew my mind. And so have you actually been to?
So I was invited to her because she started like a exhibition just recently in the Gropius Vau. And I went there. My best friend invited me, and it was just a very Berlin, hipster. Everyone was there. I was just like, is this? Because as soon as I arrived, I could see like this huge queue of like Berghain style queue situation.
Yeah,
I'm like,
that is
what?
the vibe of her followers. For
oh my
sure.
God! And then eventually at some point, like we were queuing for I don't know more than I think an hour or so.
Wow.
And then eventually we got in, and it was impressive. It was my first approach to her. Like I didn't know anything about her before. And the exhibit, it was a live exhibition, like no exhibition, like
it's
performance
art. Yeah. She always does performance.
Yeah, performances.
Performance. It's performance art, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. But there's some other words that she uses to describe it because it's very much like a performer in a space that you can engage with. But it depends. She always does different things. So what was it that you?
In this case, like she had because we couldn't, because it was so packed, we couldn't go in to see the actual how do you call it, like the standing exhibition, or like the one that if you go now that you can see. So there were two performances happening, and they were portraying like Balkan women, and like I mean, it's just very powerful to see something like that with the magnitude and just taking up an entire space. And there was live music and musicians performing like with traditional instruments, and it was very impressive, super impressive. And then they had that was one, and then the other was a dance between. Like necessarily like the topics weren't necessarily clear to me, but there was a dance between two men also like performing even like sensual but also traditional like dances. It was really, really cool. And then you had but that the setup was as if it was a restaurant. So as if they were like comensales, like no, like people that were eating there, and then they stand and they start doing the performance, and you had other people like the other artists or actresses like in the other seatings, like just like ¿cómo se dice? Standing still, or like not like sitting still. So it was
kind of like frozen,
but frozen for 40 minutes. Like it was just like the way that you want to do this, like it's just like, are you there? It was like the energy was amazing, and it just reminded me of how impressive it is to go to live events and to live things, and performances are very. Yeah, I think they take you to a different level.
For sure.
Yeah, you feel connected to whatever is around you, and also
because you're sharing the space and the energy, and you're sharing the atmosphere with everybody there and with the actual performers. So that
was very cool.
Oh, I'm jealous. I haven't been able to financially support any of the artists that I love recently, just because things have been so tight.
Yeah.
But I just remembered I saw this my friend who's an art teacher. She took me to see the documentary. It was like a screening at a little, I don't know, warehouse cinema in Melbourne. And in the documentary, it sort of follows all of Abramovic's life and to that point. And then and there was a scene where she's cooking for her friend, who's kind of her lover, kind of just a friend, whatever. She's got an interesting sort of, it looked like a very interesting way of living, a very artist's way of, I don't know, a lot of kind of people in and out, and not necessarily having like set defined relationships, but she was cooking this pasta, and after watching that, I would cut zucchini the way that she would cut zucchini, which was just, it's just this particular technique of like creating kind of little diamond cubes and holding the zucchini as you cut it. And she inspired me to cut zucchini like that.
Oh, very nice. That's a direct inspiration from her. Okay, very good.
Yeah, that you can implement every day.
You can implement in your everyday zucchini session.
Exactly, a little bit of Abramovic at dinner. You know, and I've also bought her. I think I can't remember what museum I was at or what gallery. Maybe it was the Tate Modern, but I bought little Marina Abramovic's guide to like restarting your life.
Ooh.
So like if I hit a crisis point, I can open that and
okay,
let's get some inspiration for just like existing as opposed to fucking hustling or whatever. Yeah. But that's very cool. That was your first experience. You get to see her.
Yes, absolutely.
Very cool.
It was cool. It was very...
Yeah, nicely fucking done. Curious, how much was entry? Wouldn't have been that crazy.
It was free.
It was free. Fuck, I wasn't paying attention.
Yeah, but it's also these things that unless you, because my best friend's friend, he writes this like cultural magazine, so he knows about this many like events that are happening, which are basically happening every day, and then you just simply don't know.
Yes, honestly, it's usually been, I guess I've exposed people to things and it kind of loops around. But a lot of the coolest things I've been exposed to have been friends going like, hey,
do you know that?
Do you want to come to this today?
Yeah,
and it's oh, fuck yeah. And then boom, your eyes are open to this artist you had no idea of. So, love it. Then your last, let's talk about, let's talk about the news thing. So we'll do both of our news things. Your news thing was what's happening in the news that you have a hot take on?
So, I mean, for those, non-German people, well, people that are not living in Germany, they don't know. Like Germany has this really high sick day policy when you're employed, so and it's the highest in Europe. So people like go into sick days between 15 to 17 days or even 20 days per year. So it's insane. And
it feels right, if you ask me.
Of course as a beneficiary of it, it's like, wow, I encounter like the gold pot, right? Pero so Mr. Merz is just like, hello people, we need, like, what are you doing? So they're trying, I don't think they're trying to reduce the days, but they're putting in, like, if you like a bonus system, if you don't go into sick days as much, they'll give you a bonus. So I think it'd be like less than 5 days per year, then they'll give you a bonus of like, good job, you're not getting sick that much.
The point of having a full-time job is to have sick days. Freelancing.
That's the only point.
It's security, and meaning and because it's this painful drudgery where you have to go every day, and there are some industries where you work every day and you never take a sick day because the business just can't handle it, like in gastronomy. But when you're working in like a medium to large size company and you have to go and you have to be there, and there's a lot of stuff that's bullshit procedural, that's kind of wasting your time.
I mean, I get it from for our perspective, I get it. But on the other side, okay, amiga, because I was working it was a small company, right? And for me, it was just nuts that even the CEO was just like, oh, I'm sick. And then you didn't hear from him in weeks. I'm like, dude,
that's...
hello. And then another
that doesn't make sense.
I swear. I mean, he got sick super, super often, and he was MIA for, a couple of days. I'm like, are you entirely sick? Like, what was wrong? Like,
are you actually terminally ill, or was this at the psychedelic place? No, because that would have made sense. Match up. No.
9. And then I had this other, which is now ex-colleague, and then one day she was like, no, I'm not feeling great. I'm not feeling good. And I actually had to go to one of the, there was a workshop happening outside of Berlin, and I had to step in. And since then, I never saw her again. She went on sick leave for months and months and months. Like, it was it became like a year of sick leave, because you can present that there was, I don't know, there are things that you can do, and if you like, okay,
There is the classic thing in Germany where if you are wanting to quit your job, you basically start getting sick, and you can take up to basically 6 weeks. Up to 6 weeks is what I understand is the usual, like, phasing out of a job, enjoying your sick leave whilst you're completely mentally gone.
if it's a
physically
burnout. And I think, I mean, it's not that I'm making not important. I think it's a privilege, that definitely it's a privilege that here you can present the stuff and say, okay, it's burnout, and I need to, okay, ciao. And I get it for our perspective as employees.
As employees, yeah.
But for the companies, I do understand that it's just very insane. Also,
Yeah,
it's also very insane that people take advantage, because a lot of people take advantage of it.
What's 20 days a year? That would work out to there's 52 weeks.
So I think it's 4 per month. 4 days.
4 per month. That's high.
I mean, it's high.
That's really high. That's really interesting. I never realized it was that high. I'm just such a good worker whenever I'm an employee.
Bueno, I was also like, there was only one time that because I was very sick, and and actually there was just like, okay, it's chill. Like, you can do it. But then, and also going to the doctor, and then the doctor asking you back, like, how many days do you need to get sick? It's just like, hello. That's why. That's why people just go into like, no, I need like the full 2 weeks because whatever.
Totally. No, people can, the system does allow people to take advantage of it.
Of course.
Yeah. Like, I know people who, exactly that thing. They get one problem. The doctor's like, how long do you want? And they're like, 2 weeks?
Yeah, 2 weeks.
And they're like, they sign off on it. And it's like, dude, this person's completely okay. Like, they can work. Like, maybe a couple of days would be enough. But but that's it. When I did have my last full-time job, my only full-time, I had 3 full-time jobs that were like legit employee full-time jobs in Berlin, and the main one was, or 2 of them were working with children. And yeah, when you work with kids, the last one that I had was nannying. They were older, so it wasn't the case. But when you're working at a kindergarten, there's just bacteria and viruses going around, and I was just sick so much to the point where my local doctor, without my consent, gave me a flu shot because he'd seen me too often in a few months, and he was like, okay, now like, give me, expose your arm. And I was like, what? And he's like, flu shot, so, bam. Like, didn't even like, not even a second. He was just like, no, you're getting this. So but yeah, so it's, I don't quite know if, I guess they've done the math, but like giving the bonus, if maths is like employees get a bonus if they use 5 days or less, if that'll make up for, like, if the bonus is going to be, I guess it'll be less money than the money spent.
I think it'll I don't know how much they're suggesting for that to happen, but I think maybe.
Like, how bad is the recession that people are going to take?
Yeah,
like,
but
€200 when they could just fucking chill.
But what I think it's funny is like how people, of course, like everyone is going bananas and nuts about this, and then the other stuff that is happening around is just like, wait, okay, no, but sick days, how dare they to take this from us? I'm like, okay, yes, I get it, and the benefit is beautiful somehow, of course, but then.
There's bigger
honestly,
problems.
Do you need to take 20 days off a year because you're like, also, if you're actually sick, bueno. Pero
yes. But if that's how you manage to stay in your job and not quit, and like, you know, because when people leave a workplace, it costs more to find new people, train them up, and get them. It could be a benefit, honestly. Some people should quit their jobs and do something else.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Yeah, I guess there should be studies done on like how work satisfaction, you know, whether or not taking a few days off allows you to be better at your job, you know, or whether or not those people who are taking advantage of the sick days are actually people that should move on because they're deeply unsatisfied.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I don't have an opinion. Like the sick day leave has been good in Germany, but like I don't have an opinion that it should be less or more, you know what I mean? Like, what more? I don't think I don't know. Like, is it such a bad thing if they give bonuses for using less? I don't think that's a bad thing, right?
I mean,
No.
God knows. Also, if people wouldn't take necessarily that much advantage, then it wouldn't be an issue at all. But I think the issue is that it's happening, I guess, for the fact that the fact that it's an average 17 days
is an average.
Imagine.
Yeah.
So kudos. It's nice to be. Yeah, I'm so sad that I didn't take advantage of those sick days.
Yeah. Look, when I worked at the kindergarten, I was also hating my colleagues deeply, and so I did take a few more. I was sick a lot, but then I did also like take days where I was just like, I can't go in with those German women who shout at the children and who are just so bitchy to each other and rude to the kids. And yeah, that was a really traumatizing workplace. So honestly, when you're in a bad place, those sick days can
save you.
Can save you to get out and find a better job.
Yeah.
As well, but yeah, welfare. Those people taking advantage of the system. Now, my news topic was, I don't even know if I've got it right, but I read somewhere that DJ Mag has a list of the best clubs in the world, and Berghain is no longer even in the top 20.
How is that possible?
I don't know.
Tell me. Who's in the? Do you know who's in the first 20?
I don't. I think I'll need to pull it up so that we can have a proper discussion around it. Best clubs in the world. Best clubs, it'll be like Girl Scout in the world, DJ Mag. I could have pulled up Resident Advisor, but that DJ Mag, top 100 clubs 2026. Let's check it out. So who actually fucking wins? I don't know. Number one, have you been to, this does look interesting. Have you been to Berghain? To the Berghain.
To the Berghain, no. I've been to Panorama.
Well, that's like half of it. Yeah,
it's half of it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, Ibiza has the number one club.
Capacity 4,000. What's the name of the place? Univers. Universe with no vowels except the U. Okay, Universe.
Univers. And it opened in May 2025, so it's very new. And it's a hyper club. What the fuck does that mean?
Yeah,
Reach for the stars.
That sounds no, I don't want to go.
It started with a promotional teaser with Will Smith and a UFO. And on arrival at the club, it's almost like walking into a UFO, apparently. Okay, a giant dome-like structure. It sounds stupid. It sounds stupid and so Ibiza, no? Like,
and maybe even like mainstream.
And it sounds like, well, the thing is, anything on that island is super mainstream. Like, I've been. Have you been there? I haven't been there.
No.
I've been told that if you party there, it's like they charge you like €12 for a bottle of water at like the most basic club, and all the drinks are super expensive. Everything feels super commercialized, and from what I've seen, the music doesn't.
Uninterested, 100%.
Yeah, no interest for me either. But number one, okay, it's a new entry. Then we've got
Green Valley.
Number two.
Where is that?
I have no idea. Let's have a look.
That looks
Green Valley.
Tropical.
Brazil.
Wow.
That looks beautiful, man. It's in Camboriú, in Brazil, and
10,000. What was it?
Capacity 10,000, and it's an open air.
That looks like an open air.
And then we've got some crazy looking clubs here.
Isn't it? Like, this looks like festival.
These look like festival spaces. They also look like, to be fair, they also just look quite commercial, like, commercial space. Like, a lot of money has been thrown into them. Singapore. A lot of Ibiza, like a lot of clubs from Ibiza, and like the amount of money. 21. Okay, I read that it was in number 26. 21, the Berghain. But the ethos of Berghain is like, okay, it is the fascist club in Berlin, no doubt, with its door policy. But at the same time, it's still got a very much, like, it doesn't feel like this consumerist space, you know? You can still buy a banana. You can still, like they've got great alcohol-free drinks.
Like, smoothies, I've heard, no?
They've got smoothies as well, ice cream.
Okay.
But, Yes, Parité. Sí. And but it's what's awesome about Berghain is just like it's not a place where you know, like most clubs here, you're not there to take selfies and you're not there to be like, look at me at the club.
No.
It's like there are no mirrors in the bathrooms. It's like a place where you are there to appreciate the music, to fuck if you want to fuck. Mainly gay boys are doing that, but like you can all, you know, I like to take advantage of the fact that it's a free space. And when people are on the dance floor, they are engaging with the music. People are not talking on the dance floors. People are fucking dancing, and the sort of curation of the space, the lighting, everything. It's a gorgeous space to party in.
It is a gorgeous space.
And it's by gorgeous, it's just like it's minimalistic, and it is there to
brutal. No,
it's very like total brutalism, but it's there to like really support what partying is, which means good acoustics and that you are focusing on the music. There's nothing to distract you from the music and the people around you. Like that's it. And it's and it doesn't feel like there's any advertising. It doesn't feel like there's nothing. It's like the opposite of trashy bright lights fucking. It's like it is like for the music. And there's something brilliant about that.
Yeah, from those pictures I don't see them.
You don't see.
I don't see them doing it. See, like I think Berghain,
you're not even allowed to see photos inside the Berghain. Like that's. Oh, well, then I guess it's pretty good that it still is number 21, given that no one can actually see what's inside. They're like, I don't know. There must be an analogy there of like, you know, the thing, something that's still, I don't know, something that's still super popular, but no one can verify it unless they're lucky enough to verify
to
it.
Actually, like, trust me, I've been there, right?
Yeah. But I don't know. I feel like I'm just portraying the like classic sort of Berlin arrogance around clubbing. It's like, look at all these other places. They're so commercial. There's so many people having fun and it's bright and colorful and it's been.
How dare they?
Exactly. How dare they make money from the party scene? That's it. Berghain, like tickets are like €24 if you want to get in. It's not. Entry's not cheap either.
No, it isn't.
No.
I mean, yes, but I guess you can also go like the entire weekend. No, like that's the thing.
You get in on Friday. You don't have to leave until.
So you're making the most out of those 25.
Oh yeah, it's accommodation. You know.
I mean, the others are the same price, like Sisyphos and so and so. No.
Yeah, I haven't.
25. I was there.
I got guest list, so I don't know.
Look at you. Yes.
Loser.
No.
Me saying it. I feel like a loser.
No. Yes, exactly. Oh, yes, guest list. Look at you.
Like, I don't know how much it is. I got guest list.
I only go there because I'm invited.
Exactly. Honestly, with Sisyphos, yes, that was the case. But it was great DJ playing, and a friend knew her. But you went, and it was a good time?
It was a fun time, yes. I normally don't party in general because I don't like partying in the night. But when it happens during the day, I'm very happy. And this particular night, like we were coming out of a show and then I went with Palma. And we were...
I've partied with Palma. Fun stuff.
Yeah. And it was great. But of course, like I couldn't put up with the level of energy that they had. So it was just like, probably around 4.
That's a pretty good stint.
Yeah, for me it feels like, wow, I went crazy.
Yeah.
Very crazy.
Yeah.
And then but I'm very I when was it? On Sunday. And on Sunday we went on a walk with this friend and we were in Humboldthain.
Yeah. Oh, I haven't actually been in Humboldthain, but
I bumped into a couple like Fitz and Maya and it was very random. And
That's
Aladdin,
amazing.
and they were there because there was a DJ playing, and it was very like the spot is really cool. It was during the day. That would be my vibe.
Nice. I haven't been there during the day. I've only gone to go there at night, and the bounce has been like, I was with a friend who looked a little bit older than me.
I know,
but it was very young. The crowd was very young. He's like, guys, everyone in here is like under 21, and I was like, I don't want to go in there.
So then I'm confused. No, I'm talking about the park.
You're talking about the park in Wedding?
Yes.
Is
it in Humboldthain?
There is a nightclub there as well, though.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, but in the park, like you go up
at the top,
in the what's it called?
I don't know.
Yeah, but in the
there's
top.
There's like a top of the park, and yes,
Yeah,
in that park.
with
and
a
then-
really nice, like really
Yes,
cool view.
Yes.
And
But it might be connected to Humboldthain.
Maybe.
Humboldthain, the club. But yeah.
and yes, the crowd was also very young,
Okay, yeah. Which is fine.
which could be fine.
Which could
And
be-
then on my way back home, we had like the very Prince Albert, Biomarkt, kind of Späti like, but bio with a DJ.
Oh, that's amazing.
And
It
it
sounds
was-
like summer vibes. Was this summer?
It was bueno, it was Sunday.
Oh,
this
was
was Sunday,
just
just
now?
this Sunday, and then of course, and it was very nice, and that for me felt like, okay, this is
But
this.
this Sunday was raining.
No,
See. This
then
Sunday.
it was not Sunday. Then it
Okay.
was Saturday.
Okay. I'm like, sorry, your weather report doesn't check out. You're lying.
You're
Okay.
lying because you were like, yes, that's true. Sunday was shit.
Sunday was
Yesterday was
horrible.
horrible.
Yeah.
I got soaked because
Yeah, I got completely soaked.
yeah, same.
I was like, I don't need an umbrella. It's April. Stupid.
lol.
Yeah. So, okay, I was on Saturday. Okay, so yeah, the sun's out and the DJ open airs are happening.
Yes, it's nice.
That's so lovely.
Daylight partying is nice.
Daylight party, yeah, it's not really my thing, I have to say.
Wow.
I'm a night girl.
I understand.
But I respect it. But okay, well, we're going to wrap it up. I've got to get ready for my show. So where can people find you? Plug yourself in case people do listen and then...
Yes, it's Ayla Merino on my socials, and I perform in English, but in Spanish as well. So yeah, I have shows happening, and come along.
Come along. Ayla Merino, Frau Ayla Merino.
Yeah, La Frau Merino, but I went back to my name.
Ah, did you? Okay.
Yeah, but Frau Merino also in Germany in general, but Ayla Merino.
Ayla Merino. And I'm AF Barros, and this has been Adults Only Comedy Berlin. Thank you so much, and goodbye. Bye.